If you're a high-performing man over 40, let me ask you something. Are you sick of doing everything right? You're eating clean, you're hitting the gym, even skipping meals, yet your belly fat just won't budge? Your energy never comes back, and your body just doesn't respond like it used to. Listen, you're not lazy, you're not broken, and you're not undisciplined. Because you've built the business, you've raised families, you've led the team. But when it comes to your health and body, it feels like you're falling behind. And that frustration eats away at you. Now here's the truth you have to know. It's not your fault. For decades, you've been fed the same recycled advice. Eat less, move more, grind harder, and suffer for longer. Now that worked in your 20s, but after 40, your biology changes. Your hormones shift. And unless you know how to work with your biology and not against it, you'll stay trapped in the same cycle. Calorie counting, punishing workouts, and still watching the scale creep up. And I know this because I lived it. Back in 2015, I was the heaviest I've ever been, over 230 pounds. And I hated what I saw in the mirror. I was training hard, but I couldn't lose body fat. And I noticed something. The same thing that used to work stopped working for my body. My body started to rebel. But that same frustration led me down a rabbit hole of research. I discovered the truth about insulin, glucagon, ghrelin, and leptin. Those are the 4 hormones that control fat storage, hunger, and energy in your body. And when I applied what I learned, everything changed. And that's why I created the Biohack the Fat weight loss system, so other men over 40 wouldn't have to keep suffering with advice that doesn't work anymore. Now there's good news here. There's a smarter and faster way to lose your stubborn belly fat and improve your health. It's called biohacking, and it's how men over 40 are dropping 30 to 50 pounds, reigniting their energy, and taking back control of their bodies without starvation diets, dangerous drugs, or hours in the gym. Now, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Trevor Foldering. I'm a metabolic health specialist for men over 40 and founder of Biohack the Fat. For over 25 years, I've helped thousands of men reset their biology, lose stubborn fat, and feel like themselves again. And I want to show you how to do the same. And listen, this isn't theory. This isn't something that I've just made up. There are real men over 40 who have lost dramatic amounts of weight without going on a diet, or without going to the gym, or without counting calories. So I'm going to show you these men right now so you can build the belief that you can do this as well. Let's first take a look at Josh. Josh came into our system 50 pounds overweight. He lost that 50 pounds and started running again for the first time since college. Or Carrie, he'd been stuck for years, then finally dropped 30 pounds within our system and saw his abs for the first time. And then there's Alan. Alan tried everything, Weight Watchers, Atkins, fasting. He hated what he saw in the mirror, but with our system, he lost 50 pounds and rebuilt his confidence. And how about Marcel? Marcel shed 38 pounds and 10 inches off his waist after decades of failed diets and weight loss supplements. And Ray had an amazing transformation. He went from 230 down to 195 and saw his abs for the first time in his 50s. And then there's myself. I went from 235 down to 193 and feel amazing, and I never have to worry about my weight again. Listen, these aren't men who needed more willpower. They needed a system that finally worked with their hormones instead of against them. Now here's the real reason most men over 40 can't lose their stubborn belly fat. It's hormones. Your hormones are blocking fat loss, period. So let's dive into it. I want to show you the exact hormones that you can regulate through real whole foods that will allow you to become a fat burning machine. The first hormone is insulin. Insulin is your fat storage switch. Now insulin, if it's high in the body, you're not going to be able to lose body fat. So we want to reduce the amount of insulin that your pancreas secretes. That's going to allow your body to release stored fat for energy. The second hormone is glucagon, and glucagon is your fat burning switch. Now it only turns on when insulin is low. So we must reduce insulin first before you release glucagon from your pancreas. Once you release glucagon from your pancreas, it signals the liver to start to break down your stored fat so your cells can use that fat for energy. The third hormone is ghrelin. Ghrelin is your hunger hormone. When it's out of sync, you crave foods like crazy. And so ghrelin gets released from the stomach every 4 hours and tells your brain that it's time to eat. Now, if you ignore that signal, those signals get louder and louder and louder, and that's where cravings come in and overeating begins. The fourth and final hormone is called leptin. Leptin is known as your satiety hormone. If you're resistant to leptin, your brain never gets the I'm full signal, and it's easy to overeat every single day. Listen, no diet, no workout, and no amount of willpower can override all of these hormones. Until you reset your internal chemistry, your body is literally locked in fat storage mode. This is why keto alone fails, why hours of cardio fail, and why intermittent fasting on its own fails. They ignore the deeper problem: hormonal resistance. Listen, you can be strict, disciplined, and motivated, but if insulin is high, fat burning is off the table. That's why most men spin their wheels for years and never see the results they deserve. That's why I created the Biohack the Fat weight loss system. This is a 3-phase protocol designed specifically for men over 40 to reset the hormones, flip the metabolism, and turn your body into a fat burning machine. Now here's how you can lose 30 to 50 pounds in 3 months following our system. First is phase number 1. This is our metabolic blueprint. You're gonna rewire your metabolism. This is weeks 1 through 3, and you're gonna be eating 4 high-fat, low-carb meals every 4 hours. This drops insulin, activates glucagon, and trains your cells to burn fat for energy. Most men lose 13 to 20 pounds in the first 3 weeks alone. Phase number 2 is called hormonal mastery, and this is weeks 4 through 7. You're gonna be eating 3 high-fat, low-carb meals every 4 hours and fasting for 16 hours. We then increase fats to 85% of your total caloric intake. This drives down insulin and pushes up glucagon, so you utilize stored fat more efficiently. We then strategically layer in 24-hour weekly fasts, which trigger autophagy, your body's cellular reset switch. Men lose another 13 pounds in these weeks while energy skyrockets. Now in phase number 3, this is called metabolic mastery, and this is weeks 8 through 12. This is our elite 2x6 protocol, where you're going to be eating 2 high-fat, low-carb meals every 6 hours and then fasting for 18 hours. You're also going to complete longer fasting protocols up to 60 hours in week number 11. Cravings vanish and fat loss becomes permanent. And listen, this isn't theory. It's a proven science-backed system, and it's happening for men over 40 right now. So if you're looking to lose body fat without dieting, counting calories, or going to the gym, now's the time to start biohacking. And through biohacking, you can change your health and body for the better. Now imagine waking up lighter, sharper, and more energized than you have in years. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing a flatter stomach, a tighter waistline, and the confidence you thought you'd lost forever. Imagine leading your business, your family, and your life with the energy of a man 10 years younger. That's the power of biohacking. That's what happens when your biology finally works with you and not against you. But let me be clear about something right now. This isn't for everyone. It's not for the man chasing quick fixes. It's not for excuse makers, and it's certainly not for those who only kinda want results. This is for the high caliber men who already built success in life and are finally ready to demand the same from their bodies. If that's you, then here's your next step. Click the button that you see around this video and see if you qualify for an elite fat loss strategy session with myself. Now on this meeting, we're gonna map out your personalized 90-day game plan so that you can lose 30 to 50 pounds, reset your metabolism, and reclaim the energy you thought was gone forever. Now spots aren't limited, so don't wait. Your biology won't fix itself. Make sure to click the button that you see around this video to see if you qualify for an elite fat loss strategy session with myself. Let's biohack your fat, lose that 30 to 50 pounds, and become the man you've always wanted to become. Let's biohack your fat, and I'll see you on that elite strategy session. Bye for now.